So, for reviews, I don't normally do the face intro, but this one felt significant. This one feels a little special. Like, for how many of us was getting this toy a real formative moment? It is just feels significant. Like, I can still remember being like 4 or 5 on Christmas morning getting my Optimus Prime and opening it and feeling it and being like, this is Optimus, this is who I've seen on TV. And to be able to live that experience again just feels really special. And like the heft, the packaging, it's perfection. Look, to tell you the truth, this is one where I almost feel bad even opening it. This is just beautiful. But but I'll be keeping the box. God, look at that. Look at that artwork. Unbelievable. Just such a clever idea, like how we've come so full circle. We've spent years trying to get closer and closer to what we saw in the cartoons and the comics, and then here we are, taking that massive leap back to the beginning and updating it with modern technologies. I think also worth quickly touching on is the baggie of old school goodies that you get. You get the infrared shield, so that you can take that box, boom, and check those tech specs. Love that. You get a little card with that awesome art on it and some real retro background color scheme. Convoy. Not sure what the little hole's for. Keyring? God, that'll last 2 seconds. Tis cardboard. Super complicated instructions. I feel like I get the gist, right? How different can it be? Anxiety-inducing sticker sheet, and then really cool is the inclusion of this little booklet poster info sheet thing. God, love the art. Shows you his updated features. Getting these booklets was the best part of the old school Masterpiece figures, right? Alright, so from an environmental perspective, not super vibing on the styrofoam, but through the lens of supreme authenticity, I mean, that's how it was, right? So seeing as this is how he came, let's start with that vehicle mode, shall we? Oh, die-cast. Rubber tires. Just, this is it, right? This is what it was all about. This is the real one. The nostalgia is strong. So, from my understanding, they have more or less maintained the original transformation sequence. So, let's see how we go with that. Arms out. Now including hands. Oh, hear that ratchet? That's new. Fold out the tires a little bit. Separate the legs. So this skirt bit's actually, used to be right there, but now they pull out a bit. You'll feel it click if you've done it right for that separation. Then they can sit back down, come down to the toes, fold them up. And then what was always my favorite part, oh, love it. I mean, good God, could we just take a moment to take it all in? It's such a good idea that I don't know how we didn't get here sooner, but also, what a good thing to have tucked away for the 40th anniversary. The way they've added the articulation to this guy is really something else. So, head twist. I guess you can kind of tilt it up and fake it a little bit if you really wanted to. Arms go around, now, boom, up like that, and up again. You got the swivel there, which, transformation was always there, whatevs. But then you got wrist swivel and articulated fingers. They've managed to put in a little bit of waist swivel. You can't get a huge amount out of it, but seeing as traditionally you could get nothing out of it, I think that's pretty impressive. And a point of articulation that even, the most posable modern figures struggle to incorporate. Boom, ab rock. Will say though, that is an exceptionally tight joint. It feels like you might be doing something wrong when you fiddle with that one. Then, legs wise, we've got out to the side, which you can extend further if you move the wheels out the way. It's so strange. Instinctively, I'm kind of conditioned with something that looks and feels G1 to be really delicate with it. Probably still think you need to be a little bit delicate with this, but it's much more robust than you kind of instinctually think it is. Thigh swivel. Forwards, backwards, a really decent ratcheted knee joint, ankle tilt, backwards and forwards. Also, you'd be forgiven for thinking the articulation might feel and look a little bit weird, given that, these original toys aren't what you picture in your mind's eye when you think of the characters, but it's got like a really natural and fluid feel to it that I think is truly impressive, and you can just throw some exceptional shapes. You can get all the big hero convoy Optimus energy that you need out of this. Honestly, I'm a little bit uncertain as to whether or not I want to sticker him up, because you do have those elements as sculpted details, especially on the wrist. I know the other one has that more premium paint job, but I don't know if the sculpted details will sit very nicely with the stickers, so I might just leave it, possibly with the exception of sorting out that belt. So he does come with a host of accessories. The first one I want to bring your attention to, the Matrix of Leadership. I can remember as a kid thinking, you know, the chest compartment is where his hands go, but thinking, man, how cool would it be if he came with the 86 Matrix? Of course I didn't call it the 86 Matrix at the time, I just called it the Matrix. But if we go ahead and pop open that chest, we now have, boom, that Matrix chamber. And I'm not going to lie, I do like the slight, you know, laser convoy effect of being able to see it through the windows. If you got it, flaunt it, right? And he can obviously do that thing that you always want every Prime with a Matrix to be able to do. Hold it in front of his chest. And, you know, he can also drop it. Yoink! We also get Energon Axe, which I love that it has, you know, that extra pace on it, so that it's an all-encompassing Energon Axe. That thing he did that one time. Chop, chop. There's no denying it, that does look exceptionally cool. And he also, of course, comes with his Ion Blaster, which clips in quite snugly, as well as, you know, then being able to close his hand around it. Look at him. He means business. And of course we got to get him in there to have a look at him alongside the Prime that started it all. Now, this particular Prime is my original Prime from when I was a little dude. Lost a hand, lost a smokestack, paint chipped, beat to hell, but this is my Prime. This is what made me fall in love with Transformers. I know there's been lots of, you know, re-releases, and it wouldn't be too hard to get another version of this Prime, but you know, it feels disloyal. This is my Prime. I can remember thinking that the hands were lost for years, and then one day right down the bottom of the toy chest finding one hand and being stoked. I can remember going to pick up my brother from one of his dance classes and being like, is that smokestack a little chipped? And then tapping it and it falling off and going down a sewer grate. Original sticker hanging in there for dear life. This feels special. And I gotta say, they've done a superb job on keeping that head sculpt really loyally true to form, just making the angles and shapes that little bit sharper. Like, look at the vents in his grill. God, this is good. So look, did the world need another Optimus Prime figure? And did that Prime need to be just an updated, articulated version of what, you know, dropped 40 years ago? And the answer is probably no. The Earth would have kept spinning without the existence of this toy. But I needed it. It's like when someone gives you like a really thoughtful gift and you're just like, man, you really know me. And not only do you know me, you care about the things that I love. And what do I love? Optimus Mother Truckin' Prime. So what do you think? Did you get this one? Did you get the C-01 version with, you know, those toy paint apps in the trailer? I had thought about getting that version, but then it was sold out from where I wanted to get it from, and so I was fine to get this one. I don't need another trailer in my life. But as for this Optimus, yeah, I did. I really did. I want to talk about it. I want to hear people's formative Optimus Prime memories. Was this your first Prime as a child? Well, not this one, but you know what I mean. Where did Optimus Prime come into your world? I don't want to get too deep with it, but I feel like, and maybe a lot of people have a similar experience, my parents divorced when I was quite young, and I feel like part of the reason that Transformers has always stayed with me so much, and in particular Optimus Prime, is because, you know, unconsciously, he offered some stability and consistency in what was a tumultuous and uncertain time. Like, I don't remember the divorce, I was 3, but I do remember how good Transformers made me feel. So hit me up in the comments below. I want to know, what are your thoughts? What do you think of the figure? Are you getting as wistful as I am? I want to know. Let's get nerdy with it.